Not gonna lie to you right now, I'm really hungover. But this is the last chance I have to be at home, to be alone, and to film a video. I had full intentions on going hard with my YouTube channel, but then I got the flu. And the flu isn't pretty. That's all I can say. I got the flu. Like, I look mighty ratchet wearing the makeup from the night before. But this is a judgment-free zone. You can leave with your negativity if you're... So I figured my next video should definitely be something that will benefit the world, because I'm asked this question so often. In no way, shape, or form am I trying to come across as bragging or like I'm some big shot model or whatever, super successful, because I'm not. Like, I do it part-time, I got a gig here or there, like it's not that serious. I'm in school, like I have other priorities, but it is a frequently asked question. People come to me about this all the time, so I just figured I might as well make a video so I can just send them there. I can stop answering all these questions. It's got to a point where I leave a note in my phone about how to become a model, so when people slide into my DMs asking, I could just copy that shit. Copy that stuff. Sorry, Mom. And send it their way. I think what I'm planning on doing is doing like a series of these videos for a bunch of different areas of modeling, because it's so broad. Like, I'm not gonna rant for 30 minutes talking about the whole industry, but I'm gonna tell you a brief history of how I started and how you could get into it. So for me, I started out when I was 8 years old, and by that I mean I went to modeling classes. How I got into it is pretty funny, actually. I was a really socially awkward child, and one day I'm like, "Hey Mom, my name is Tyra, like Tyra Banks, I want to be a model." And she's like, "Okay." Because she wanted to throw me in it to help me break out of my shell. So that was the start of something beautiful, I guess. So I went to these modeling classes. You done? I went to these modeling classes where they pretty much just taught you like the basics, like how to pose, how to meet people, how to meet agencies, how to go into castings, how to slate. Slating is like saying, "Hi, my name is TyrahjWilson." Well, this would be my slate now. "Hi, my name is TyrahjWilson. I am 19 years old and Hi, my name is TyrahjWilson. I am 19 years old and my agency is Spot 6. That's my slate. Anyways, class agency was considered my agency because I could potentially get jobs out of them if they submitted me for castings, etc. But my hometown is really small. Like, it wasn't that serious. It wasn't that big of an agency either. So what they would do is they would send you to a convention where you'd meet with a Toronto agency, which would get you way more work, send you way more castings, etc., etc. So from there, I got a Toronto agency, and this is the worst experience of my life. I went to so many castings, got nada. The thing is, A, he wasn't sending me to things that fit me. B, he wasn't... Okay, this is a whole different video. So yeah, I started out when I was 8 years old. Then, I got braces, got lanky, didn't fit into like any market because I was tall but I was still young. Like, I couldn't fit in with the teens, couldn't fit in with the kids. It was not okay. So when I was 12 years old, I think, I just stopped modeling, played basketball, did school, did my life, part-time job, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But, come 15 years old, I was at the beach, and I was scouted by my current agency, and I've been with them ever since. So I was lucky in the sense that I didn't have to put in any work to find my agency, but what you could possibly do, if you're not scouted, of course, is go online, do your research, maybe even talk to models on Instagram, and find out how they got into it, find out how you could get into it. Most agencies, they have like a contact portion of their website where you can like submit photos, submit your measurements, and if they like you, if they don't have a bunch of people on their roster like you, they'll ask to meet with you, in which they will bring you down, get your measurements, talk to you about their standards, what they expect out of you, what you can expect out of them. Choosing your agency is really extremely important because you could get scammed hardcore, and I think I was getting into that talking about my like 8-year-old experience, but you just need to be smart with yourself. Doing your research about agencies is extremely important when you're deciding on who you want to go with, because some of these agencies aren't that reliable. I find some of them can be scams. If they ask for money straight up front, or like monthly or annual bills to be your agent, that is kind of shady. For me, my agency puts everything on a tab. So if I do a test shoot and it costs money, which I've only done one of, and that was my very first shoot, they'll put it on a tab, and then when I get paid, then they get paid. So yeah, I like that system. They do take 20% from me every job that I get, because they are putting in work to find you these jobs. So that doesn't bug me. But like I was saying, if your agency is asking for money straight up front and it seems kind of fraudulent, you need to listen to your gut, because I don't know. I don't want you to get scammed in any way. With my knowledge, I know that a lot of agencies, when they ask for pictures of you to send in so that you can potentially meet with them, they usually just ask for like no makeup, nothing on, usually just a headshot and like a body shot. But it might help to maybe get an amateur photographer to take a couple pictures of you as well, so they can see what you can do. But at the same time, you don't want to be putting a lot of money into this before you have an agency, because they might not even use the photos that you provide for them. Because a lot of agencies, they have a vision of what they want, how they want you to be presented in the modeling industry, right? So my portfolio, I don't get to choose anything that goes into it. It's all my agency. They deal with all of that, and if I don't like the photos, like, I can talk to them, but at the end of the day, they know what's best, because they're obviously in the industry way more than I am, and you just have to trust their judgment. They're here to help you. They work for you. You don't work for them, and you need to remember that. So if they're not getting you jobs, if you're not happy in your agency, then potentially don't be super picky, because this industry is extremely picky, and you will fit in where you will fit in. There's no like in between. Where I'm fabulous in one way, they hate me in another way. Like this one time, I get most of my jobs because of my curly hair. Like that's my sell point. But then there's jobs that they want me in a wig, and they'll be like, no, you're not good for this, because we're gonna have to straighten your hair, we're gonna have to do this and that. So like, where you're perfect one place, you will be horrible in another. If you're not getting jobs, that's okay, because maybe it's just not your season, it's not the right fields of work for you. But if you're not getting anything at all, maybe you need to change up your agency. It's just, you just gotta be smart with yourself, smart with your money, smart with your time, because time is of the essence. You're only 20 for like 5 years. Models start extremely early and they retire extremely early, so you need to get your ish in place while you're young, because time is running out. It's important to know your standards as well, too. What you want to get out of this, how much time you're willing to put into this. Like, if you're trying to go hard, trying to go full-time, then let them know that. It's also, it can be a kind of racy industry, so if you are not comfortable posing in lingerie, posing nude, doing all of that, you need to set your ground rules now. You need to let them know what you're trying to get out of this industry. At the end of the day, I don't want you to forget that modeling is work, and it is a lot of work. It's a lot of time going to castings for things that you like, probably won't get because there's hundreds of girls. You will get castings, you will get jobs, but I'm just saying, like, you're going to multiple castings a day, and you might not get anything. Or you might get a bunch, and that's also bad. 8-hour shoots, 12-hour shoots, where you're posing all day, have to look fresh-faced, have to look good, can't be tired. Sometimes they don't feed you. Remember to bring your own food. It's hard work, and I don't think people really realize that until they're actually in the industry, or they know someone close to them who rants about it that's also in the industry. Modeling standards are high. The rumors that you hear about agencies being on girls to lose weight is huge. Like, for me, in this industry, I've always been curvy. To the normal public, I'm a twig. Like, I have 0 curves. But in the industry, I'm curvy, and they are on me to lose weight. And that's something you need to realize isn't personal. It's not about you, it's about the industry. Like I said, where you're perfect in one place, you'll be horrible in the next, and you just can't let that get to your head, because you're you need to be confident, you need to accept yourself, because if you have an ounce of insecurity in this industry, it's just not going to work out for you. You need to be able to present yourself in a way that shows casting directors, shows designers, shows photographers that you'll be able to put in the work, you'll be able to be alive, you won't be shy, you won't have all these insecurities, but you just gotta own it. That was something that was really hard for me to start out, because I was so painfully shy. Even now, I'm really shy. Like, I shake when I'm going into auditions. They're judging you in there. Like, they're literally, you're there to be judged. It's an interview. And a lot of time, you'll go in there and they will critique you on the spot. They'll say, no, she's too fat, no, blah, 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 blah. And you have to just realize, like, okay, that's alright, you don't like me, but I like myself, so you gotta stay confident. You just gotta stay confident, because this industry will kill you. This industry will beat you to a pulp if you don't have that ground. Because being a model, you are your own business. You need to sell yourself, and you need to represent your agency well, because they're doing work for you, you gotta do work for them. If you put up a fit, if you're that agency's model, maybe that clothing line or that brand won't work with that agency anymore, just because this is the type of girls that they're being sent. You need to have a professional sense about this. This is work. This isn't like a hobby. Like, you need to stay professional at all times. I've had photographers come to me and be like, wow, you're a really hard-working model. And I'm like, I'm just doing my job. But they're like, no, some of these models, they come in, they're on their phone constantly, they're doing all this. And I can't, maybe they don't need the money. I need the money. I need to present myself well. I need to show them that, like, yes, work with me again, because I'm putting in the work. I'm doing all this for you. I'm like, hire me back. Every job is different. Every designer is different, every brand is different, every photographer is different. Like, there's so much that can be talked about. And I went into this so blind. Like, I was scouted at the beach. I wasn't gonna be a model. I wasn't trying, you know? I didn't do my research, so I was kind of just thrown into this blindly. And these are a couple things that I've accumulated over the 3 years that I've been modeling. Oh my god, it's almost 4. I've been modeling for almost 4 years. Sorry, I just had like a little, not a midlife crisis, a quarter life crisis. No, this is like a midlife modeling crisis. I've been modeling for 4 years. People don't usually last this long, especially if they don't go as hard. Okay, I need to, okay, you know, I don't care. So I don't know if this video was extremely vague or if it helped you out in any way. Like I said, I wanted to... Like I said, I wanted to... I hope I helped out in any way. If you have more questions, definitely you can come to me. So yeah, that's how I started out. That's how you can potentially start out. That's what to look for when you first start out. again, I don't really know how to end a video, so bye!